Imagine two people standing at the base of a mountain. The first person is a sprinter. He is dressed in top-tier athletic gear. He is muscular, focused, and sweating. He carries a shovel. His plan is to dig his way to the top, dollar by dollar, hour by hour. He believes that if he just swings the shovel harder, if he just works more overtime, he will win. The second person is sleeping. He is lying in a hammock. He dug a very small hole 30 years ago, planted a single seed, and then went to take a nap. We are culturally trained to bet on the sprinter. We love the story of the hustle. We love the montage of the late nights and the grinding. It feels fair. It feels like effort should equal reward. But in the strange, counterintuitive physics of finance, the sprinter usually loses. And the sleeper usually wakes up as a multi-millionaire. This feels like a glitch in the system. It feels like a cheat code, but it isn't magic. It is a mathematical rule that humans are notoriously bad at understanding. It is the conflict between linear growth and exponential growth. Let's look at the sprinter. He lives in a linear world. This is how most of us experience life. You work 1 hour, you get paid for 1 hour. You work 2 hours, you get paid for 2. 1 + 1 = 2. If you want to double your money, you have to double your effort. You have to run twice as fast. But there is a limit to how fast you can run. There are only 24 hours in a day. The sprinter will eventually hit a wall. He will get tired. He will age. His income is capped by his ability to sweat. Now look at the sleeper. He stepped out of the linear world and into the exponential one. Exponential math doesn't look like 1 + 1. It looks like a piece of paper. Imagine I hand you a standard sheet of paper. It is thin, flimsy. If I ask you to fold it in half, it's now twice as thick. Easy. Fold it again, 4 times as thick. Still tiny. You fold it 10 times. You are sweating a little bit now, but the paper is only about the width of your hand. At this point, you look at your progress and you feel discouraged. You've done the work, you've made the folds, but the result looks pathetic. It seems insignificant. But let's say you could keep folding. By the time you reach the 20th fold, the paper is taller than your house. By the 30th fold, it reaches outer space. And by the 42nd fold, that single sheet of paper would reach from the earth to the moon. This is the part that breaks our brains. The first 40 folds felt like nothing. The last 2 folds crossed the galaxy. This is exactly how wealth is built. And this is why it is so psychologically difficult to do. When you start investing, you are in the early folding stage. You put away $500. A year later, you check your account. You made $40 in interest. It feels insulting. You think, I could have made that $40 by skipping one dinner. So you stop folding, you cash out, you buy the car. You choose the linear path because the reward is immediate. You choose the visible effort over the invisible time. But let's look at a case study of 2 stick figures, Jack and Jill. Jill starts investing when she is 20 years old. She isn't rich. She puts away a small amount every month. She does this for 10 years, until she is 30. Then she stops. She never adds another penny. She just leaves the money alone and lets it fold. Jack is different. Jack wants to live his life. He waits. He starts investing at age 30, the same year Jill stopped. But Jack is a hustler. He tries to catch up. He puts in the same monthly amount as Jill, but he keeps doing it for 35 years, all the way until he is 65. Jack put in 3 times as much of his own cash. He worked 3 times as hard. He stressed 3 times as much. But when they both open their accounts at age 65, Jill has more money. She didn't work harder. She didn't earn a higher salary. She just had the one variable that Jack couldn't buy. She had the first 10 years. She had the early folds. This creates a bizarre reality where the laziness of time outperforms the virtue of effort. The heavy lifting of wealth creation isn't done by your labor. It's done by the years. If you look at the graph of Warren Buffett's net worth, it looks like a flat line for 50 years, and then suddenly, a vertical wall. He accumulated 99% of his wealth after his 50th birthday. He didn't become a better investor at age 50. He just stayed on the ride long enough for the curve to go vertical. But here is the catch, the cruel irony of this system. To win this game, you have to endure the boring middle. You have to be willing to look at a flat line for a decade and trust the math, even when the results are invisible. You have to be the person planting a bamboo tree, watering the dirt for 5 years seeing absolutely nothing, knowing that under the surface, A massive root system is building. Most people can't do this. We are wired for immediate feedback. If we touch a hot stove, we burn. If we lift a weight, we feel the pump. But in finance, the action and the reaction are separated by decades. The decision you make today to buy a seemingly boring index fund is the seed. The forest doesn't appear until you are gray. So the question you have to ask yourself isn't, how hard am I willing to work? You are probably already working hard enough. The question is, how long am I willing to wait? Can you sit still long enough for the paper to reach the moon?